So today we're going to do some string art, and as you see here I have my wooden board with some paper on it and my 51 nails, and all you are going to need is a hammer. And how we're going to begin, and I recommend putting a towel down on like a sturdy table or even the floor, and the towel is just going to absorb some of the sound mostly, I guess. So the way I'm going to start is at the corners, just because it's important that they get nails so that we don't have to worry so much once we're filling in the other gaps. So for instance, right here in this little elbow, I'm just going to hold the nail upright and then give it some taps. And I usually leave it about, there you go, about that high, I don't know, maybe 2 centimeters, and later on I can push them down if I feel like it, but yeah, not too far down. So I'm just going to work around. I'm trying to keep everything upright as much as possible, but as you can see, some of them are a little not exactly straight, but that's okay. And one thing to keep in mind, if you start hammering in and then something happens, try to go back into that same hole, because you'll be able to see where that nail was starting to go in, and it won't look as good as if you change your mind. So once you start putting a nail somewhere, just keep it there. As far as around these bends, instead of putting one like I did here in the corner of each, I like to do like one here and one here, so that the roundness can show up with the strings as well. That one went in a little further, it's not a big deal. Alright, so now as you can see, I've gone around the corners a bit, in the bottom, and now I'm just going to fill in. So when it's straight like here, you can kind of space the nails out a bit, maybe maybe an inch apart, and then around corners you just want to have more nails. So like in here, for instance, in here, for instance, I'll just add one, same up here, and then around here, I'll probably do 2, 1, 1, 2, and then around here again, probably 3 throughout the corner. So just be wise about it. You know, they won't be exactly perfectly spaced. I'll probably just put one here, so they'll be pretty far apart, but that's fine because there's no corner. Okay, so I have all my nails in, and I'll just leave this here in case you want to copy where my nails are for a second. Something I didn't mention earlier, you can notice I have the nails just outside of the paper, so yeah, they're just like touching basically, but on the wood, not the paper. So at this point, my nails are pretty even. I wasn't particularly careful about that, so if you look sideways and just see if there are any that stick up way more or are too pushed in, you can just kind of fix that a bit. I'm not too picky. As you can see in this corner, these two are pretty low, and then the next one's a little high, so I might just even those out. If you want to be really particular, you can flip it over and just kind of look and see that way if any are sticking up very high. But I might just leave this because I'm not going to be too particular about it. Alright, so now we're ready to move on to the final step, which is putting the string on. So take your string and you're going to tie just a regular knot. And you want to leave a bit of string here because you're going to use that at the end. And I'm just going to use this corner nail and just double knot it. And just leave this tail sticking out. And you're going to want to push it all the way down. And now, so I have my knot here. Now I'm just going to go around and I'm going to start on the outside and just wrapping and then pushing down and wrapping around the nail, pushing down. And for this round, I'm just staying on the outside. So as I go around, just wrapping. If you want to use two hands, it goes quicker. And you're just going to go all the way around. Alright, so now I've wrapped the string around the nails one time on the outside. And now I'm at the last nail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and I'm just going to switch directions like this. And if you want, you can wrap all the way around and then push that down. So now you're going to be going the opposite direction and staying on the inside as you wrap. So now you'll have a bit of a double line. And then same thing, just going around the opposite direction, staying on the inside all the way around. Alright, so now I've completed my second round and I've come to my last nail and I'm just going to change directions again and do the outside. And then I think you get the point. I'm just going to go around 7 times. Okay, so now that I have my cactus all wrapped, I've come back to my original first nail, and I'm just going to wrap it around once and then take this original piece that I have here and just double knot it. Okay, and then after that, I'm gonna just take some glue, just some Elmer's glue or whatever, and dab it on that knot and then wait for it to dry and just snip the ends. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is line this up pretty straight with the jagged end on the bottom, and then use a bigger nail to put it in there, and you just want to go in just a bit. And then pull it out. Same thing on the other side. And now your holes up, and it'll be much easier to stick in the little nails. And then you're all done.